With a quick lash of your tendril arms, a vortex opens in the atmosphere, extinguishing soldier and mutant alike in a glorious fountain of blood. Violent, most definitely. Thoughtful, not even close. Prototype 2 delivers its bloodshed in the most pure way possible. There's no need to plan your attacks or tap buttons with precision to kill those who oppose you. Just decide how you wish to extinguish life and tear into your foes with animalistic relish. Prototype 2 isn't the slightest bit novel or challenging, but it's so utterly ridiculous that it exudes bucketfuls of unadulterated fun. There is a story behind your brutal actions. A military force has quarantined a major metropolis under the guise of protecting citizens from a viral outbreak, but their occupancy is far from altruistic. It turns out they are conducting bioweapon research and the people are just unlucky cattle being led to slaughter. These merciless souls provide a great motivation for your hatred-fueled vengeance, though the plot devices along the way do little to make you care about the characters. Thankfully, your focus is on causing monumental destruction rather than worrying about character development. While the controls in the original prototype were occasionally unwieldy, things have been streamlined in the sequel for the better. A bevy of horrific attacks can be pulled off just by tapping or holding a single button, and this leads to unmitigated atrocities as you strike down all those stupid enough to stand before you. An open world structure gives you the freedom to go where you want, when you want, but don't expect much interaction beyond beating your enemies into a pulp. Still, the movement is incredibly empowering. Glide through the air like a ravenous flying squirrel, or mimic the Incredible Hulk by running up the sides of buildings and bounding great distances.
Crossbow, I'm transmitting 4-3's last known coordinates. Secure that cargo. It's equipment we think can help us find Data Mercer's location. Move!
Once airborne, you can easily lock on to an unsuspecting chump on the ground, rushing in to snatch the poor sucker before he has a chance to react. The movement and combat are beautifully tied together, and the smooth manner in which you rush into battle, rip your foes in half, and then flee from the scene is an absolute delight. When the military notices you, an alert is sent out and you have to escape from their watchful eye to avoid their wrath. You do this by changing your shape into any person you happen to consume earlier, and this leads to a number of hilarious sequences. Your enemies are gun-toting buffoons, so you might change shape while running up the side of a building, but no one bats an eye that a scientist is ignoring gravity.
Fuck off. I hate computers.
Lousy AI can be jarring in many games, but in a game as ridiculous as Prototype 2, it adds to the goofy vibe. Combat upgrades ensure you earn new moves every couple hours. Some of these have been pulled from the first prototype, but they're still effective here. Slicing your enemy in half with a sword in place of your arm has a gory appeal. Tearing high-tech vehicles apart with your bare hands makes you feel like a psychotic badass. Prototype 2 doesn't have any thoughts of hindering your fun, but this is a problem at times. There's almost no challenge to speak of. Even when dozens of enemies are attacking you at once, you're so overpowered that they hardly make a dent in your health. Because of this, there's nary a moment of frustration to be found, but there's little reward for a job well done. And even if you start a new game plus on insane difficulty, your enemies still die happily at your feet, depriving you of the satisfaction of a hard-fought victory. Diversity is also not one of Prototype 2's strengths.
Can't catch up? A little out of shape, eh?
Just about every mission boils down to beating a bad guy until even his mother wouldn't recognize him, so don't expect any inventive tasks. Still, the new moves you learn do a good job of pushing you onward, and stealth missions implore you to find inventive ways to complete tasks. Plus, bonus objectives reward you for being creative, so even though your goals rarely change, the proceedings don't get stale. The biggest problem lies in close quarter combat. Your moves lack precision, so if you want to consume a specific enemy, you might grab onto someone nearby instead. This leads to moments of aggravation, and the camera occasionally goes wonky indoors. None of these issues derail your progress, but they are annoying. Despite a few problems, Prototype 2 is so preposterously over the top that it's fun throughout. There's nothing particularly new or interesting in this sequel, but a few tweaks from the original have made it more accessible. Mindless violence is the defining aspect of Prototype 2, which makes for a stupid yet fun adventure.
Holy crispy. Hell, there's some woman with goddamn knife arms hopping all over.
Good thing's stronger than mine.
Is that all you've got?
Not even close. Not so fast now. Try getting at me with this.